if we are to define marriage here, what is marriage? So, if we have to define this institution into simple words, I would say marriage is bringing sanctity and stability to basic human needs. It is also related to religious, cultural, and social aspects, and this, my dear friends, is not an argument but a fact. Good afternoon, everyone. I am serial number 21, standing here to speak on the topic same-sex marriage should be allowed in India, and I am going to speak against the motion. Sexuality is something that nature has put into us, whereas sexual preference is a choice. And this is not something new, but it has been there since time immemorial. We talked about the Lord Vishnu, his Moini Avatara, and the Akhandi in Mahabharata. These are all the examples of homosexuality, but my dear friends, let me make a point here that the Vedas neither condemn nor condone the homosexuality, and therefore I would like to emphasize on the word equanimity. Please note equanimity. We need to have equanimity towards the people who are gay, lesbians, and transgenders. Now, I would like to draw your attention towards the Nalsa judgment. The judgment needs to be read in its context. The issue was the third gender recognition. And it was granted as well. But reading the judgment and transferring this into marital transaction, it is not what the judgment was given for. And similarly, the Navteej Singh Johar case, if they are decriminalizing the homosexual activities, it doesn't mean that we can give them the authority to marry. Why? Here is the answer. Love, my dear friends, is an overpowering force. It is both spiritual as well as sexual. But marriage is a social building block. It comes with responsibilities, communities, societies, and certain obligations like having a child, bearing a child. So here are a few points that I would like to make that why the same-sex marriage should not be legalized in India. And when I say India, it means specifically India and not the West. Because they have their own culture, they have their own roots, and we are not the same. So first point I would like to make here is that every democratic society has the right to make certain red lines that how much and how far. If we are individualizing the concept of marriage, saying that only the consent of two individuals is needed, my dear friends, I'm sorry to say it demeans the concept of marriage. That's a social institution. Secondly, the second point I would like to mention here is of religion, nature, and stability. Not only the Sanatana Dharma recognizes marriage as one of the 16 sanskaras, but all the religions around the world recognize it as a union of a man and a woman. So, it not only overturns the concept of law of nature, because it is natural to have opposite sex marriages and it is unnatural to have same sex marriages. Though it is seen in certain species, but it is not promoted in them. It exists in the nature, but we do not need to promote it. Thirdly, the justice and the morality. I want to make a point clear here that why not allowing same-sex marriages in India is not unjust. It is not unjust because if we bring the jurisprudential aspect here, justice means the values that prevail in a society at a particular time. So, the norms are decided by the society. We can't exclude the society from this social element. And lastly, the most strongest point I have here to make is the lack of sex education in India, where a brother is killing his sister over a period stain, thinking that she has lost her virginity. How can you expect that society to accept this change, this drastic change? I'm not opposed to change. What I'm saying here is that change is the law of nature. I would like to conclude on this note that change is the law of nature. I'm not denying change, but before changing the laws, we need to change the mindsets. Thank you and have a good day.